Hey guys. Um, so I learned a very beautiful, important lesson tonight. Um, this lesson is it's very important as far as just the way that we're moving towards dealing with ourselves, um, dealing with other people, communicating with other people, interacting with other people, and dealing with our own minds. Not only dealing with, cooperating with, and just kind of being on that path of understanding. It's the path of understanding is the path of a learner. And in order to understand is not only to stay in your truth without defending it, without needing to tell other people what to do, without needing to, without needing to come from raw, this is right, this is the right thing. It's just coming from a place of your truth. It's saying how you feel, and being able to hold a place of understanding for how the other person feels. Holding a space of empathy without just coming from here or coming from the solar plexus, which is battles of the ego and battles of, defending your construct and your belief system, to coming from the heart and just speaking your truth and just telling people, how you feel and what aspect, from what aspect you're coming from. Tonight I had that experience with one of my friends, and we got, that friend came off just heated and rah, and I was like, you have, as much as I understand where you're coming from, you have to understand where I'm coming from, and you have to see both parts of you and not just come from your own mind and not just be influenced by the energies of others. You have to just understand and just take that moment of awareness and be like, okay, well, how does this other person feel, and what were they going through, and don't try to defend yourself and go in defensive mode, because truth doesn't need to be defended. When you're in truth, it doesn't hit that emotional level, it was very interesting interaction, because I not only did I see, I saw that person, number one, for just the truth, just had compassion to what he went through and how the energies around him influenced him, and the inner debates that he was going through. And it's a very beautiful gift to be an empath and to be able to see that, and to not come from your own ego, in the sense of the way the ego used to deal with things and used to see things, and come from a place of, okay, I get it. I can see where that person's coming from. It makes it so much easier when you have compassion for the other person to stay in your truth, and not have to defend it. And but it was cool because I flipped that parallel, and I brought that parallel to the mind. And I can look at the old beliefs and the old, just the old baggage that the ego is just constantly harping on. And it's like the ego just wants you to understand, just understand me, understand why I am this way, understand why, that I'm programmed this way, have compassion for that, have compassion, understand me, see me for the truth that, I am, as in the truth that, your choices has created me, and have compassion for yourself, understand why you at that time made those choices or constructed those belief systems, based on whatever you were going through at the moment, whatever, your mind state, the level of your mind was, your level of understanding, just have compassion for that. Have compassion for yourself, have compassion for your thoughts. And once you make that shift, you can say, it's so much easier to have forgiveness, because it's like, oh, I get it. I understand exactly the mind state I had and what I was going through at the time that I did that, and I really was just doing the best. I was really doing my best. I was, we were really just doing our best, or at least making our own choices. And you have to have compassion for the choices of others, and you have to have compassion for that person. Just see them as they are. Don't try to change that. Don't try to convince. Just see them for as they are. And a meaningful relationship and one of activation is having compassion for each other and seeing and just sharing. And who knows, in that sharing and that heartfelt sharing, you might just have taught that person just something. You might have just taught that person, there's someone outside of your head other than you, and get out and allow that person a chance to get out of their own head and experience something different, because experience is expansion. Understanding another is expansion. It's just that much closer to understanding yourself. Also, you allow having compassion for another person. You allow that space to have compassion for yourself. And because we're all human, we're doing this together, and we don't get anywhere if we don't try to understand and put ourselves in that person's shoes. Not necessarily that you would make the same choices, but understand why they made the choices that they are and why they're completely pure and innocent, pure in that, just pure in that. And to be able, number one, it feels good, because the universe is full of compassion. That's why the universe doesn't hold anything against you, and to ask you not to hold anything against yourself. I mean, that guilt is one of the heaviest energies. And if you can adopt that universal perspective and say, okay, yeah, I understand you're going through that. You didn't understand what it meant. You didn't understand from what level you were at. You did the best with what you got, and have compassion in that. That's all the universe has for us. And once we start living from that state of compassion, you stay in your own truth, and you get to understand your mind, and your mind gets to feel like, okay, finally you hear me, you understand me. You don't just try to knock me over the head when this is just a result of X, XXX and X, you see me. You see me. First up is always acknowledgement, always awareness. And once you acknowledge, you're aware and you understand, you can then move forward. Be like, okay, things are different now. I've learned, I've moved on, and I give gratitude for that, and I give gratitude to that person and that person for, whatever they were, everything they were in a moment. I give gratitude to that, because that was just another step, and your mind will thank you, your relationships will thank you for being seen, because we want to be seen. The mind wants to be seen. You want to be seen. We're human. We want to be seen and acknowledged, and without judgment. And so just hold that place of understanding, hold that place of compassion, and you can hold a space of love. Have compassion for yourself. Move into forgiveness for yourself and let go. Makes it easier. All right, thank you.